ready?
Mm-hmm.
You want to say hi?
No, you go first.
You go first.
You go first. It's your podcast.
Hello.
Spoiler alert! I'm here.
Well, welcome to Such Nice Work. I'm Kendra. You can find me as CutseypuCreations on Instagram, Ravelry, and Etsy. And this is Steve.
See, I told you it was coming.
And he is here again because it's my birthday again. So, as he did last year, he is kind enough to podcast with me for my birthday. Cheap gift, huh?
Yes.
Yeah. So, yeah. We are going to try and be a bit more organized. Actually, have notes and things. And we're trying a different setup. I'm using a standard video camera instead of my webcam. So, hopefully our lighting is a little better. This is our holiday bush behind us. It's kind of decorated. We didn't go super all out on decorating for Christmas this year because we have 3 kids under 7. So, yeah. That's as far as we got. It got lights. And then they made ornaments not fun, so ornaments didn't happen.
And the youngest did a really good job of every time he saw an ornament, taking it right off the tree and handing it to you.
Yeah, so ornaments weren't really happening. And then these are, they're made of, weaving loops. Our daughter made them for us for Christmas. Oh, and this paper chain. So actually, most of the decorations we received as Christmas presents. Yeah. So, moving along to what I'm wearing. What I'm wearing that I made this lovely vest. It was supposed to be a cram cardi. I'll talk about it when I get to my I'm proud of yous. But that's the special handmade-ish thing that I'm wearing. Are you wearing anything handmade, Steve?
I am wearing...
Can you get your leg up there without
pants.
knocking everything over?
You can see my knee. There you go.
Oh yeah, I can't pivot you
That's
that
it.
way. Anyways, he is wearing his pajama pants that I made for everybody for Christmas this year. So, you're not wearing it. I thought you'd be wearing it. I made this for Steve last week. He went and saw Star Wars on opening day. So, this is his R2-D2 hat, and he's wearing it because he loves me. This I made...
And it's really warm.
And it's super warm.
It's kind of warm in our house, so that's why I didn't have it on.
It was my first attempt at, I did some color work, and I just carried the yarns as I went, and I made it up without a pattern, so I figure this is 1.5-ish tries. I did one go at, and that's his Bop It that he got for Christmas and is really enjoying. So I made it with Bernat blanket, and then it's held also with the blue is Lion Brand Heartland. So, yeah, there's a lot of yarn in it, and it is pretty warm, and it vaguely resembles R2-D2.
Yes.
But it has been keeping his head warm, and I told him I would do some work to make a better attempt at it when I have time. But we had to get through Christmas first, and now Christmas has happened. But, I don't know, it's so warm, and the fact there's a few kind of ugly things about it. I might just leave it if it's warm.
I think she's going to leave it, and I'll just wear it when I'm
when
chainsawing.
He's at home and no one's going to see it.
No, when I'm chainsawing.
Yeah.
I need not my headband.
Yeah, when you need not your hatless hat that
Yes.
you had me make you last year.
I need more than just my ears to stay warm. Yes, that was for Christmas last year.
That? Gosh, that was a long time ago. Okay, so moving along to 5 things on the Funny Farm. So since you last saw me, it's been, I think, about 3-ish weeks. By the way, this is episode 21, and it's December 25th, 2015. So, since you last saw me, I've been working on getting stuff together for our Lighted Horse Parade, which is our big event in town, and I was supposed to vend a craft show for that. And instead we had an ice storm, and so the Lighted Horse Parade got canceled. So that was that, but birthday mimosas.
Makes everything better.
But, yeah, I was ready for that show till the ice came. So I had lots of stuff left. So that didn't happen. But then that was supposed to be on Saturday, and then on Sunday, when I got off work, we left for California, and we drove from Kansas to California all in one shot. What, 26?
It took 25 hours.
25 hours?
24 3/4.
Yeah, to get to Northern California. So we went and saw his family and his parents and hung out in the Sacramento area, and that was fun. We went to the Train Museum in Fairy Tale Town. And it rained when we were at Fairy Tale Town, and we were about to leave anyways, and then we got free tickets because it rained and they closed it. So next time we go to visit, we have free
go
tickets
again,
to go
for
again
free.
and stick everybody in the cheese that stands alone. So.
And our middle son's favorite part was the giant foot.
Yes, there was a giant foot, like from Jack and the Beanstalk. And yeah, he really liked it and kept telling everybody, my favorite part was the giant foot.
There was a giant foot.
And no one knew what he was talking about. But it was really cute to watch him play on it. And the giant foot is kind of cool, except I don't know why there's a big hole through the giant's ankle.
I don't either.
That never made sense to me, even as a kid. But while we were in the Sacramento area, I found that there was a yarn... Actually, Steve found a yarn store for me.
Get your coat.
He was driving around with his dad, and he saw a sign that said Yarn Studio. And he's like, what? There's a yarn store? Because it was by where he worked when we were in high school, and there didn't used to be a yarn store there, but now there is. So I went, and I bought yarn, and it was great. And you'll see more of that throughout the podcast. So then, number 3 is then we went down to Southern California to see my family and my parents and all that. And my brother-in-law turned 50, so we had a big shebang for that. And while we were doing that, we went to a place called Solvang for the day, which is like an alpine village place in Southern California. And while we were there, I found a yarn store too. So everybody went that we were walking around with. We stopped by the yarn store because that's where I really wanted to go, and they were all in there for a few minutes and then decided it was boring. But they left me there, and I got to play, and I bought some stuff, which you will see. But the yarn store there was cool. Village Spinning and Weaving. They had like a room of fiber. It was just like bags all over the floor of different colored fiber, and you could buy it by the ounce and pound. I don't think they dyed it themselves. Like, it looked like it was from, they had mostly Louette stuff. So I'm assuming that it came that way. So I didn't really buy much. I did buy some fiber, but I wasn't like, ooh, I have to buy everything, because it didn't look hand-dyed. But maybe it was. Maybe I'm wrong. I never asked. Then number 4 is Christmas happened. That was yesterday. Christmas happened. It was pretty low-key. That was pretty good, right?
Yeah.
You liked Christmas?
Nobody had a meltdown. That was an accomplishment for us.
Yeah, I didn't melt down. No, not
including
once.
you, yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
I went 4 for 4 this year.
Yeah. There was no homemade gifts, so that kind of helped. I was a little less stressed out going into Christmas. Instead, we did 5 categories. Everybody got something to wear, something they want, something they need, something to listen to, and something to read. So that kind of made it easy to keep things at a manageable amount. I mean, we got stuff from other people, so that makes it a little more unmanageable. But on our end, it was pretty manageable. And I think we'll do that again next year, because that was kind of a fun way to plan. Yeah, and I had everything ready the night before. I got everybody's pajama pants. I had 5 pairs of pajama pants and 5 sweatshirts, and I cut out of the flannel, I cut out our initials, and I ironed it on sweatshirts. So we all had matching sweatshirts. And I neglected to take pictures of us in them. Not that I would have put them in the podcast, but I don't have a picture of all of us in the matching things. But we'll have to rectify that.
We'll at least have one of the kids.
Yes. So I had everything laid out, though. Daughter came down in the morning. She went, "Hey, it's Christmas!" And there were all our little pants and shirts and everything. Because, yeah, we put on our pajamas Christmas morning, or we celebrate Christmas on the 24th. So we put them on that morning and then wear them all day, because we slept bedwetters, and you can't guarantee the pajamas from the night before will make it through the next day. So we put them on when we get up in the morning, and that way we can wear festive pajamas all day. And then I had to explain this morning that those were not normal clothes. Those were pajamas for the kids. And then today, the 25th of December, was my 31st birthday.
Yay!
And so this morning we watched the movie Home, which I hadn't seen, but I'd heard was good, and it's on Netflix, and I suggest watching. It was pretty funny, huh?
It was quite cute.
I would watch it again.
Uh-huh.
And we've had birthday mimosas, and we're enjoying Rice Krispie treats and Jell-O blocks. This year I have orange Jell-O, because that's what we had in the pantry. And, yeah, then I got organized for my upcoming crafting, and Steve played with the kids in the electric train somebody gave them for Christmas. And, yeah. So then I thought we would talk about last year when Steve was on the podcast with me. I made a list of 30 things that I wanted to do while I was 30. My 30 for 30. Hey, did you already see the answer to how many I completed?
No, but I would guess you're at 18.
20 out of 30 you're done.
I almost said 20. I should have said 20.
So that's 67%. which is still kind
That's
of...
actually right on pace for her normal, if she set a goal for herself. The fact that she is 2/3 done a year in of a year-long project is actually way ahead of her normal percentage.
Yeah. Well, I was a little far-reaching on some of these things.
She even started some of them early in the year. That was a little confusing, too. Like, I didn't expect a single one of them to get started until at least November 18th.
Yeah, but I started earlier. Really, I think I would have gotten more of them done, because I had good intentions. I did start out kind of strong, and then during the summer, it kind of got messed up, because I started working. And that really took away time from some of the other longer-term projects.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as UFOs that I wanted to finish, I made myself the fingerless mitts, and I finished the diamond weave throw afghan for your cousin. The things I didn't do, I did not finish quilting or even start quilting. The quilt, is that blinking that the battery's about to die?
It must be.
You told me the battery was full.
I thought it was.
I guess I'll have to plug it in. Hold on a sec.
And we're back.
Okay. Now we're plugged into the wall instead of using the battery. So
We were just too electric.
We were. So
I guess we weren't electric enough.
Let's see. There we go.
Whoa. We were like
Hello.
R2 in his uncharged cells.
Okay.
Yes, I talked about Star Wars, and I did not say spoiler alert because I fully believe that after a week, the statute of limitations has been passed. If you have not seen it yet, you are not entitled to be informed that you are going to get information.
Alrighty then.
Yes.
So, as I was saying, things I didn't finish.
Seen Star Wars. She hasn't seen it yet.
Probably won't see it till it comes out on DVD.
I told her all the spoilers.
Yeah. I'm very spoiled. So, I haven't even started quilting my mom's quilt. Just didn't happen. On our jungle ring toys for our youngest, all of the rings are together. Oh, they're under a stack of stuff now. But he's been trying to play with them, so he really likes them. I just need to put all the parts. They're all done, and the rings are fully made now. I just need to sew all the pieces on. It's going to be a pain. So I figure I'll take it with me to work tomorrow and work on it there. Because if I don't have anything else I can do, then I can get through it. And then the happy birthday banner, which you see behind me, yeah, I didn't sew that either. But I did get a new sewing machine this year, which should make that easier. And I have it all, set up. And the kids are getting better about not bothering me while I'm using it, so I think that'll happen here soon. But who knows? As far as things to make for me, this was supposed to be the layering tunic vest. That's what it says on my thing. I started making it. I bought this yarn, which is Talkie Yarn's New Tweed in some pretty color. I bought it with the intention of making that vest. I started making it, and I didn't like the way the texture was turning out. So I started making the cram curdy, and then I didn't have enough yarn to make sleeves. And when I got to that point, I really didn't want something with sleeves. I wanted a vest to begin with. So I just kind of left it, and I like it without the sleeves. It's very warm and toasty, but not too warm and toasty, probably because my arms aren't warm and toasty.
That way it can be winter on the inside and summer on her arms.
Yeah. Do you sit around and think up these things to say? Do you save them up all year? Are you saving things up for the podcast?
No,
Do you have a little store in your brain? Like, what am I going to say when I'm on camera?
I stole that from some comedic show.
Oh.
I don't remember which one, but they said, I don't understand vests. What is it? Winter on your chest and summer on your arms?
And sometimes it is.
Sometimes it
that's how
is.
It feels. I also finished my Rose City Mystery Crochet Along shawl. I actually wear that one a lot. That's the blue one with the gray and the beads, the one I wear all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And I finished a fingering weight hat, which I will show you in a bit. Things I didn't do, I did start my Leona shawl, or Leona, it's like a vesty thing by Drops Design. I started it, and I even swatched for it, and then I don't like the way it's turning out. It's too big. So I'm going to frog what I have done and then redo it for winter camp in a slightly smaller size. And then I'm in progress on my Lisa shawl, which I will show you later. Things to make for others, I did the Vortex Afghan for my nephew, which you've all seen and heard about forever because it took me forever, but it's done and it's beautiful. I finished a Death Star pillow for my brother-in-law, and I made boxers for you, though I still need to make you more.
I almost have a week's worth now.
Yeah. Oops.
Do most people live without a week's worth of underwear? Because
yes,
I do.
I do. I don't have a week's worth of underwear right now, but
Well,
that's
right
causing
now,
me problems.
it
so we need
is.
to go buy some more. My underwear literally were falling apart. It was bad. The advent calendar for the kids is in progress. It's not done. But, yeah. And, yeah, I finished the Levy for number 3 yesterday. Yesterday?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was last night. After we got done, I had nothing to work on, and so I finished it. Things to read. I started the Wizard of Oz series. I listened to the first book on tape. I was not impressed, so I don't know. I'm not jumping to read the rest right now. Reading Cole the entire Child's Book collection. I read through a good portion of it and have seen a good portion of it, so I'm happy with that. I considered that done. I read something by Maeve Binchy. I listened to the audiobook of Chestnut Street. It was pretty good. It was not as good as her other books. The characters weren't as connected as I like the stories to be. I read something by Mercedes Lackey. I read not 1 but 3 books. Read the first one. It took me a while, and I really was just not going to read the second, and then something happened at the end of the first one, and oh my goodness, I had to read the second. And then by the second, I was like, I don't really care, and something happened. I was like, oh my goodness, where's the third? And so, yeah, I listened to them all, and they were very good, and I'm probably going to listen to the 3 that are like the prequel for it, too. And I assume more Mercedes Lackey books, because I liked them. And I started a Star Trek novel on the 13th of December, and I listened to part of it, and then I had to return it, and I don't think I'm going to listen to the rest. It was Sarek. And
yeah, you said it wasn't the part of Star Trek I expected you to pick.
Well, it was the only one they had on the free audiobooks from the library. That's why I picked that one. And it was from the original Star Trek, and it was just, there was a lot of fading, and it wasn't my thing. So anyways, I probably will not listen to any more of those. Things to watch. We are watching Weeds. We're making good progress on it. I mean, for us, we kind of go in spurts on being able to watch things. We watched a lot of Star Trek this year. Right. That took up a lot of time. It took us forever to get through Next Generation. We were just... Well, we both started work. We were busting through shows, and then... Yeah, we both started working a bunch, and that just kind of stopped that. Free time? What's that? Free time together, at least. Without a kid, which we can't watch Weeds with a kid around. No. Our little parents we have... yeah, that would go over well around here. And then I finished watching all the DVDs that I owned that were still in plastic. All the ones that I considered mine, I watched. That was good. The Usual Rotation I watched in high school. I watched everything with The Wedding Singer. And again, we were trying to find time to watch it, but watching it without a kid, that never happened. I wanted to watch it when you were around, and that never happened either. So, for Mother's Day, we watched Chasing Shackleton, which was on my list, and that was interesting. And then season 1 of House of Cards. I considered it done because I hated the show and I stopped watching it. She tried. She got through 6 I think it was only like 4 episodes. Yeah, but hated it. She was not enjoying it. So I decided I was not going to torture myself and watch the rest. So you tell me things that you think are important for me to know about House of Cards, and I don't have to watch it. Things to do on the Funny Farm. I did not paint the water filter cabinet. In part because I keep thinking I want to move things, and it seems dumb to paint it if I'm going to move it. But that would be the best way to know where things are going to move, because if I painted it where it is, we'd totally move it the next week. So maybe that's the way to organize and get the kitchen all where things should be, is to paint the cabinet. I don't know how she's going to run the water pipe to the filter, because I'm not moving the water pipe to the filter that runs through that cabinet. Well, no, so I want to paint the pantry, too. Well, yeah, I know. You just said you wanted to move stuff in the kitchen, and you are more than welcome to. You can climb up in the attic, and you can drill a new hole through the ceiling, and you are welcome to run a new water pipe to wherever it needs to be. I'll keep that in mind. Having 26 poetry tea times. We did not have many poetry tea times, which does not mean we did not do things that were poetry tea time-like. We did lots of creative-y kind of things, and we had lots of fun and special sit-down and do things, but we don't really sit at a table very well right now. No. We don't have very good sitters, so we mostly sit in the living room and eat. Let's see. We did plant number 3's apple tree, and then it died, and then you got it replaced and planted that again. Yes, and it's replanted. So hopefully it doesn't die this time. Yeah. Because part of it was living, though, right? Yes. Was it the apple tree part that didn't grow? Below the graft actually stayed alive for quite a while, and then I stopped watering it because I didn't really want a tree that was below the graft, so it died. Yeah. and to attend 5 craft shows. I did. I did the Wamego Tulip Festival, the Kansas Sampler Festival, Antique and Junk Fest in Barnes, Palmer Labor Day, Cider Days, and I did a Riley Fall Fest. That was 6. And it would have been 7 if Lighted Horse Parade had happened.
That's
so
right.
that was pretty good. Plus, I sold stuff at Gypsy's, and now I have stuff at Dearborn and across the street. So, that's good. And
Sunflower Antiques.
Mercantile.
Oh, Mercantile.
Mercantile
Correct.
Barnes, yes. And then I also finished quarantining the craft items to the basement. That one was done, like, immediately. Which totally meant that I started using the things that we quarantined to the basement. But you put in a new light for me down there so I could see to use them in
And
the
then I
basement.
even put her bead box in a nice, easy, convenient place for her to get to, and she still asked me to bring it upstairs.
I didn't know you moved it.
Well, I know you didn't, because you don't ever look at it.
But I did. I had to get beads out for my shawl. But, let's see. So that was all of the things on the Funny Farm, and that was my 30 while 30. So 30's done, and now I'm on to being 31. And I was trying to think of, like, goals or something to make for being 31. I wanted to have more fun while I'm 31, so maybe that means I shouldn't make goals, because then I won't be angry when I don't do them.
But I thought part of the fun was setting goals and then missing your deadlines. Or part of the fun was being really stressed out and making our life stop for 2 days so you could finish something on time.
That could happen. But see, I'm being more fun this year and not doing that. Does that sound like a fun idea?
It sounds like a fun idea to me. I don't believe it.
No, I don't think, but I'm not making a year-long goal. Really, because I just don't know what the year's going to bring. And I'm going to be mad, because I was mad when I started working. I looked at my list, and I was like, well, all of these things should be completely accomplishable. Oh, wait, I wouldn't have put the things on there that were on there had I known I was going to work as much as I did.
Right.
So, since I don't know what the year will bring, I'm going to make smaller goals and smaller increments. Maybe like quarterly-ish. We'll see. So yes, let's see. 4.
It's too bad 31 isn't easily divisible by 4.
No.
It makes a weird amount of things to do each.
It does. I had thought about trying to do one thing a month, like do 12 things this year.
Mm-hmm. But that doesn't relate to 31, so that's not funny.
No, it's not. Maybe I could I could do something in every month that has 31 days.
Oh, there you go.
So have like maybe I will have something. I'll think of something and tell you next time what I came up with. So anyways, moving on to I'm Proud of Yous.
Do you have to count this December, since December has 31 days and you're now technically 31?
Okay, what should I do?
I don't know. That's not my responsibility.
No,
Mine is only to point out your
idea. Inaccuracies. It was your idea. You should come up with something.
We had a birthday party for you. See? Rice Krispie treats.
Oh, was that...
And Jell-O blocks.
Was that the fun?
Yes.
Oh, maybe... Oh, we're going to be fun on New Year's. We're going to have New Year's gifts this year.
We are going to have New Year's gifts.
We might even stay up till midnight. Or adjust the clock so it says that we're up at midnight. Just might have them. Okay. So, moving on, I'm Proud of Yous. So, yeah, Lighted Horse Parade was canceled. I did have most things ready for my booth. But since that all didn't happen, place of work called Dearborn Village. I have a small setup, and I'll put a picture right here. And that's what it looks like. I'm in it, and I'm wearing this cardigan, or vest, or this thing. I'm wearing it in that picture, too. And you can't see behind me. You can see some of the tiny snow people and one of the reindeer heads that I made, but you can't see the adorable, primitive-looking snowman. Snow person, because I don't really think it had a gender. The snow person, I'm standing in front of it in that picture. But it was really cute. You liked the snow person I made, right?
Mm-hmm. Did somebody buy it?
No, not yet. Well, I don't know. They could have. They did not buy it as of last time I was in there. And I was a little not sad about that, because I kind of like it. So it doesn't sell. Oops. Other things I finished. I finished the Death Star for my brother-in-law, and it looks like this. And I gave it to him when we were in California. So, you know, better late than never. His birthday was in, July?
Mm-hmm.
But he got it before Star Wars. It was probably more telling to get it now. And we gave him a funny CD of parody Star Wars kids music to go with it. So
called A Funny Thing Happened on the Way to the Death Star.
Mm-hmm. By the String Beans out of Nebraska. Mm-hmm. And I also made dolls for my brother-in-law's kids, so for my niece and nephew. I did not take pictures of them because I'm a fail. So, imagine 2 cute dolls. And I also made 3 dolls in trade for Steve's Christmas present.
She's way too honest. She could have just put any 2 dolls there and been like, these are the ones for my niece and nephew, and nobody would have ever known the difference.
But I would know, so I never put pictures of the wrong dolls. Every doll is special. The dolls would be sad if I mixed them up or something. Not that I think they have feelings, but you know, I don't put eyes on them till I'm done, because otherwise I squish their little heads. But yeah, so I traded 3 dolls for Steve's Christmas present, which is a cool school zone sign. Because we homeschool, and yeah. So now we'll have a sign in our yard that says 20-mile-per-hour school zone, 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. school days. So, you know, I don't know who's going to see it and abide by it, but it's going to be funny to me.
But now I have to plan on driving 25 miles per hour up the driveway every school day.
And you never know if it's going to be a school day until you get in or not.
Well, I do if I'm going to school
that
day.
Going to school that day. I also finished 5 earbud pouches for my niece and nephews, my older ones, high school, early college age. And those were cool. I made them out of red heart, heart and soul in 3 different colorways. Didn't take pictures of those either. But, oh, I forgot. Hold on.
We're holding on. Everybody hold on.
Okay.
Hold on. Hold on. Are you holding on still?
Okay, so I made the first one in the car. I was making these on our way to California. And the first one I made the I got a little ambitious in making it, and I made it a little too small on the top that I thought you couldn't really fit earbuds in it. But it was the perfect size. I keep my scrap yarn in it, like when I'm out and about, because I like to bring it home and save it. So I just put it on a safety pin on the zipper pull of the project bag I usually carry around, and I just shove yarn in it. I need to empty it because it's very, very full. But that worked out really good as like a little scrap keeper. And basically it's just, you know, it's a crocheted version of like a hexie puff, but you don't close it all the way. You just put ribbing around the top and poof, you can shove earbuds in it. I also, like I had said before, I finished the levy for number 3, and here's a picture. Couldn't show you the real thing because he's asleep with it right now. Right? You did put him to sleep with it. Okay.
Well, it's
in bed with him.
No. It's in our bed, and he's in his bed.
Oh, so it's asleep with a different kid right now. Yeah. But it's an elephant head, and then we got like black, like fur for one side, and then like blue snuggly. He picked up the fabric. He thought they were fun, and they felt good, and they do feel good. I was petting it last night. But it was really hard to take that picture because it was like a variegated elephant head, and it just kept looking awkward, and yeah. So, that's that. And then I made the 5 pairs of pajama pants and the 5 sweatshirts with initials. And I made 3 pairs of booties for the kids to have in the morning. And I only had to kind of fix them. Well, I didn't put the stitches. I didn't realize I was going to need to sew them up. What are you laughing about? Commentary, let's hear.
It was clear that she didn't think about the fact that once their feet were in them, they have to pick their feet up to walk.
Well, okay, so I based it off a baby booty pattern, but I upsized it for the kids. And in the baby booty pattern, it did not tell you that you needed to, like, close the ankle in any way. It was like, basically make like a T, and then you fold the little flaps over so it crosses over their feet. So, I didn't think about the fact that as you got bigger, you were going to need extra stitches. In the baby version, the crossing would be the size of your ankle, but once you're 6, your ankle's bigger. So anyways, I put a stitch in them, and they were okay.
Mm-hmm, they were fine.
And
it was just funny when they first put them on, they stepped right out of them.
Yes. And then I also made dishcloths and soap sacks, which I'm now selling at another store locally to us. I also made the R2-D2 hat, which you already saw, and
boop, 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 boop.
This is the fingering weight hat that I made for me, which yesterday the kids found, and they were filling it full of race cars. I told them it was not a sack, it was a hat. But I really like it, even though my bangs are not agreeing with it. But I really like it. It took me 3 tries. It's just ribbing and then seed stitch or something. No, not seed stitch. It's the one where you do single crochet chain 1, single crochet chain 1, and then you do the opposite in the next round, so it all intersperses like that. And this is Red Heart, Heart and Soul in the denim whatever colorway, but I think it looks Christmassy. So I've been wearing it as a Christmassy thing. And then I also made this kid's ear flap hat to add to my assortment of things to sell. So, there's that. And that's made out of Deborah Norville's Serenity Chunky in, I don't know, one of the colorways I use all the time. And I think that is everything that I made that I'm proud of. Did you make anything that you're proud of?
A truck full of firewood.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Let's see, what else? I put the track together for the kids, for the electric train.
Oh, and you've been building those awesome Hot Wheels tracks?
I built awesome Hot Wheels tracks. I apparently built the coolest wooden train track ever several times at my parents' house.
Mm-hmm.
I've been informed by our middle son. And he now will not put track together because it's not... He wants me to build a cool track. And I think he should build a cool track. But we'll get there. He'll figure it out. Let's see. I think that's the only thing I've really made. I broke a chainsaw. Does that count? I broke it twice.
No, because I don't think it's your fault. There's something wrong with that saw.
There is something wrong with that saw.
Okay, so, will I procrastinate? Or will I prioritize? So I've been working on the Lisa shawl that was on my 30 by 30 list. And it looks like this. That's where it's at. This is out of Araucania Lonco Solids in the color 3009, which is a purple. So, it looks like this. And it's got beads on it. It's got like these black, oh, there you go, you can see the beads. There's like black ones in this stripe, and then bigger black like crystally beads here. And then this one has like silvery, opaque beads, and then these are like clear, kind of sparkly, clear beads. So I was going to make a full-size shawl. I kept looking at it, and I didn't know how useful that was going to be to me in this particular style and yarn and color. I just wasn't feeling it as much. But I kept holding it up like this to look at it and realized I think I'm just going to do like just a little bit more to it and edge it. And I'm going to make myself what I was calling a shawlette, like a shawlette cowl combo, because I'm actually going to physically connect the ends so that you can't undo it. And then I might add just a little bit of edging on the top, but it would be something that you would slide over your head like a cowl, but it'll be like one of those bandana-y cowl things, but it's going to be kind of bigger like a shawlette. Shawlette? Yeah. Anyways, so, but yeah, with this I learned that, you know, practice with beads. I was originally putting the beads on with a piece of beading wire because I didn't have anything thin enough to get through the seed beads to put them on, and I didn't want to slide them all on the yarn at the beginning. I wanted to add them in because that way they're, you know, visible on both sides. If you slide them all on, you can only see them on one side of the stitch, and I don't like having a wrong side to things I make. So I did eventually end up getting a hook. My new hook is this one. Can you see how tiny that is? This is a number 12 steel hook. It's 0.60 millimeters. This is a clover with a little, like, squishy handle. But it's really, really thin. And I've never had anything poke through my project bags, even the ones that are, you know, like nicely lined and all. Anything. And this was poking out the other day, so this poked right through the lining, like a little needle. So it is pretty sharp. It's kind of scary, but it works, and I'm getting much better and much faster at the beading, so that's good. Also, I made a list of all the leftover whips I have from 2015, and I have 17 of them, though they are not all, like, hugely not done. Some of them are, like, almost done, just lacking, like, eyes. So, things I need to finish. I need to finish the Christmas tree skirt. I have horse number 1, horse number 2, a fox. The Captain Picard vest needs to get finished, because she was asking about it yesterday. No, not yesterday. Like 3 days ago. A unicorn, a sheep, a rainbow fish stationery holder, a blue cotton tablecloth, a lavender baby, the advent calendar we talked about. I need to put faces on a couple dolls. I need to do Turkey 1, number 2, and number 3. I need to finish the Jungle Ring toy and the Lisa Shawlette. So, Steve, what is your guess? When will those 17 things be done?
Like, am I picking individual times for each one?
No,
or
when
is
will
it
I be done with the entirety of the list?
2026.
Really?
Well, at least one of those things you're going to decide you don't like and not finish. And then someday, I'm going to make fun of you about it, and you're going to finish it out of spite. So I'm guessing 2026.
Okay, maybe. We'll see. So that's on my my list of things to procrastinate or prioritize about, and apparently I need to prioritize them now. So I can prove you wrong.
I would guess that at least 16 of them will be done by April.
Okay. Do you know which one you think is not going to happen?
No idea.
Oh, okay.
Probably the Advent calendar.
Really? Because that's the pattern I'm working on. Is that why you're like, really, the Advent calendar's the thing? We'll see. Let's see. So who doesn't love a good nap? Oh, did you have anything you're procrastinating or prioritizing?
How long are we talking here? Before the next podcast, or since I'm only on once a year, before next year?
Oh, you could talk about, since you're only on yearly, what are you procrastinating or prioritizing the next year? Go ahead.
Well, I'm going to need to get our school sign hung up and our bell, which is kind of a combo because I've been procrastinating on the bell for years, and
you're going to prioritize.
I'm going to prioritize to get the sign up. So I need to go find a good hedge post, cut it down. First, I need my saw back, which I get back tomorrow. So that would be something.
It's 2026 on the sign and the bell?
At least. Our school won't be a school zone by then. Then I'll have time to put it up.
It still will be. In 10 years. Our youngest is only 2.
Oh, yeah.
They'll only be 12. They will not be done with school.
I would put the over-under on after our school is no longer a school zone. Well, really, I need our kids to be old enough to dig the hole for our post.
Well, yeah, and apparently, they're calling for potential for 5 inches of snow here next week?
The Monday forecast says 5 to 8 inches of snow.
So, yeah.
That means we'll get like 1.25 inches.
But still, it means the ground's probably going to freeze.
Yeah.
So there will be no digging of posts for a bit. So moving on to who doesn't love a good nap. Do you know what a nap is? An AP?
I don't.
Needle adjacent project.
Ah.
Though, I guess I would like a HAP, because it'd be a hook-adjacent project. But we'll go with NAP, because that's the common term. So I signed up for Winter Camp 2015, which is the thing that I guess you can't sign up for anymore, but a bunch of podcasters, like 10 of them, I think. I forget how many exactly. But anyways, podcasters got together with the Canadian Knitter, right? Yeah. And they're doing this thing where it's kind of like the Down Silver Studios pigskin party, but all winter. So January, February, March, and you basically craft for points. So I am on Team Arctic Wolf, which the cabin leader would be Jessica from Sarah Nova Crafts podcast. She is Sarah Nova on Ravelry. Excuse me. And for January, you can get bonus points for making a thing for your head in blue or purple. February would be something for your neck.
Would
red,
R2
pink, and orange.
count as blue, or is he gray with blue?
No, he has enough blue on him.
Okay.
I think you have to have like a certain portion that is blue. I'm
Now,
guessing that would be enough.
He probably wouldn't count as red or black, though, right?
No, I would not. I think it's one of those judgment call things sometimes with the colors. Because they said with socks, so long as one stripe of your sock is the color. So I'm guessing that would be plenty. But that won't count because, I have made it then. But I could make another one. But yeah, so I'm going to do some...
I am taking our oldest daughter to go see it on Tuesday. So if you needed to make her, we could wear matching R2 hats.
I don't know that I have enough gray. I hadn't thought about making her a hat, but that'd be a good idea. She'd like that.
You could make her a BB-8 hat. We could go as BB-8 and R2-D2.
I could. I think I have white and orange. So, things that I want to complete. Oh, I also got myself this little book when we were at Staples the other day. We were looking for desk chairs because he's buying me a new desk chair for my birthday.
She picked the most expensive one. Shocking.
But I didn't look at the prices.
No, she didn't. I'm glad she did. I told her not to.
But it proved apparently the most expensive one was the most comfortable. But then the ones that were just slightly less expensive than it, I didn't find as comfortable. There was like a price jump in the ones I liked. But yes, I will be getting a nice chair. But I bought this book, and it's like a project planner So there's pages, and they say, like, project name and date and stuff. So anyways, I went through and I was trying to write down, like, all of my projects, because projects on Ravelry doesn't work for me, even though I'm going to have to keep them project pages for some of these contests and things. It doesn't work for me, so I thought I would try it. Pen and ink and help me stay a bit more organized. Plus, will help with the podcasting thing if I have everything listed. So yeah, then I got these 4 yarns, and they are all from Classic Elite Yarns. 3 of them are called Chalet, and 1 of them is called Chateau. And I just dropped one. Oops. I guess the dyed one is Chateau, and all the other ones are Chalet. But they're 50 grams each. And they're like this chainette kind of yarn, which I've never worked with before, but I think these are going to make like a really squishy, delicious cowl. And these are 70% baby alpaca and 30% bamboo. Like, isn't that amazing?
Amazing.
Amazing. It's like a little warm, fluffy cloud, except it's gray. So it does kind of look like our warm, fluffy clouds out there.
Yeah, I feel it against my face. I think that like feels like one of those things that my whiskers will make it all uncomfortable, scratchy, or puffy.
Yeah, but I don't have whiskers on my
you
face,
don't.
so it's not a problem. I wonder if my hair's going to get all caught in it, but that'll be fine. Then when I was at Village Spinning and Weaving and Solving, I got this, which is a bit of their hand-dyed yarn. I don't know how well these colors are going to show up with the light. But it is hand-dyed. They call it their marine silk fingering. It is 51% silk, 29% merino, 20% sea cell. And the shop owner had this big old spiel about sea cell, something about seaweed or something. I don't know. She said it's a little like Tencel. But it feels really nice, and I actually got it because I've been looking for something with these particular colors because they match the color scheme for my shop, so hopefully I'm going to make something. And now I want to make something that I'm going to call my Sea Cell
Apparently it's too good a tongue twister. She thought of such a good one, she can't even say it herself.
Sea Cell Seashell Shawl. There you go. That's what I'm going to make.
Well, we probably need to wrap this up. So I will say bye for this year. She might come back later, but I am all done.
I think the kids are waking up. So I'll be right back.
I will see you in 2016.
So anyways, I think I had more I was going to tell you, but since Steve had to go because the kids got up, I guess that I will just skip the rest, and you'll see it when you see it. So, I will see you all in 2 or 3 weeks. I hope you all had a good Christmas and a happy my birthday, and that you have a happy New Year, because I probably won't see you till after that. Yeah, so I will see you all. Thank you, Steve, for podcasting with me. That might mean he actually watches this episode, because I don't think he's been watching lately. Quite possibly because what I have to say bores him, because he hears it anyways. Otherwise, I will, yeah, if you stayed with me, thanks a lot, and I love you more than cows and cheese and applesauce, and have a good one, and continue to make such nice work.